Hello and welcome to another video from Athariel Gaming, and yes, we are playing World of Tanks and we're back in our Manticore. The Manticore, the British tier 10 light tank. Now those who watch me on the live stream will know that I'm a pretty poor light tank player and that I have had a lot of frustration, particularly with the British light tanks, in doing the top of the tree. However, we have started to improve our game a bit, and that's come with a combination of things. One, improving the crew skills, but two, playing the tank a little bit more actively, trying to get a bit more involved, but still playing for that spotting damage, which was the requirement as part of top of the tree. Now the video that we're going to see is my best game in this tank. Now normally I don't do the 1 in 1,000, 1 in 100 games, as you'll know from my other videos. But I wanted to show this game because I think it does highlight the shift in gameplay needed to get the better results in a tank which is being more active and more involved. Now the video or the gameplay that we're going to see is using the old equipment build, right? So that was the command vision system, the binos and the camo net. Following that game, and also following a live stream discussion with Nuclear Slug on Twitch, so shout out to Nuclear Slug, we have switched up the equipment that we're using now going forward with our brothers in arms, with our camo skill nearly trained. We're using a commander's vision system, the low noise exhaust system, and coated optics, which will make us more mobile and then hopefully allow us to get into positions easier, not have to wait for the camo net to come up, the coated optics keeping our vision high. And you can see with coated optics right now, we're getting 449 meters view range, which is pretty good. And with a low noise exhaust system, we're 44% both stationary and moving, which is excellent for us. So the output of the gameplay we're about to see, while being my best game in the Manticore, ties in with a shift in my overall gameplay and a shift in my equipment loadout to significantly improve my performance in the tank going forward. Now, this still remains my best game to date with the old equipment layout, but my overall average for games has definitely improved since making the change. So without further ado, let's go and have a look at this gameplay that has changed the way that I now play this tank. Let's go there now. Okay, we're on Studzianki. I don't know how you pronounce that map. This is the one map I can't pronounce, but we're on this map. It's a full tier 10 game. We do have artillery. There are 4 tier 10 tank destroyers. And what I'm doing to start off with, I'm getting myself in a forward location to maximize the spotting from my binoculars, command vision system, across the center of the map to watch for, there we go, light tanks and any other fast mediums that might be rushing for the dip. And so far we have spotted that 13105 who is rushing for the dip. And fortunately for him, he makes it across the open field and takes no damage in return. But we're just going to sit here for a moment, see how the battle unfolds and decide where we're going to go. So as you can see, we've got quite a strong team presence pushing down over into the town area. We're quite light in the sort of the factory area, but our WZ-111 has pushed up incredibly fast. He's got support from the mouse, and we've got enough people. So we've got a decent spread across the map, and the AMX is instantly killed in the center of the map. And now the Kranvagn in the dip is now also taking a lot of damage. And right now we're starting off with a typical game. You know, you get yourself into a spotting position, you spot a few tanks, you don't get the spotting damage, and so you're kind of thinking, I couldn't achieve anything more there, and I want to get more involved in the game. So rather than just sitting in one location, we're heading out now to support our team in the south. And what I'm thinking now is there's a lot of players down there. We need to spot for these guys, and often in that top corner that I'm looking at as we come around now, which is the K0 location, there's often tank destroyers, right? So what I'm thinking is now the best thing I can do to help my team is to come up here, right out on the side, and see if I can start spotting TDs. Now, we haven't spotted in the corner, but now we have. We've spotted the FV4005, as well as a Jagdpanzer E100. So 2 incredibly dangerous tanks, and straight away we can see that people focus that FV. And there we go. But despite picking him up, we actually only get 281 spotting damage. Okay, so let's keep pushing up on this flank, using as many of the tiny little bushes as we can. So this is what's changed with the build. I'm trying to be more active and engaged, and you can see we're getting some spotting on the Jagdpanzer E100, but the staticness of the camo net and the binoculars is really impacting my movement ability, because I have to move, stop all the time. Now what we've seen here is that STR-V, and I considered that I was well far enough away to get a shot on him, and now we're starting to rack up some damage. So we spotted the STR-V, he's gone. We're getting some spotting damage down the Jagdpanzer E100, and we're not doing too bad. We got 400 damage, and we've picked up 2,600 spotting damage. Now there's the enemy Manticore. So we do have a spot on that light tank. We're looking to see if we can get a shot into that Jagdpanzer E100. Unfortunately, nothing we can do here with our normal rounds. So we're just going to hold this location. That Jagdpanzer also pretty close, so I don't really want to take the shot right now, because if he does hit me, it's going to be messy. Right, Progetto now moving across the field. Waiting to see if he gets shot. Nobody shooting the Progetto right now. We've lost our Kranvagn, but we are looking in a pretty strong position overall with the team. So there is the Progetto at the back. Jagdpanzer continuing to take them damage. And there we go. We're getting some nice spotting assistance here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to keep playing around, and we're going to go around the corner, and we're going to continue to use as many of these bushes as we can. And as I say, this is now trying to be more active in the game with the spotting, but being held back because of the equipment loadout. So as we push forward now, we're going to see who we can spot on the back line. I'm expecting at least to see a couple of artillery, maybe 1 or 2 other tanks in the hedgerow at the back, as well as maybe that Leopard. Maybe we can pick him up sniping on top of the hill. So we are spotted, which is fine, and we managed to come into a situation here. So we spot the M60, so our team can do something about him. We've spotted the Manticore as well, and the M60 now spotted and taking some damage. So we come around the corner, we try and get a shot. Unfortunately, we rush it because we were worried about getting hit back, but we get the spot, and now the M60 is down, and the artillery get a shot on us. Well played to that Object 261. So we've got the Manticore spotted as well, and we're now up to 6,300 spotting. Manticore gets a shot on us. We get a shot into the Progetto. We're going to push past the Progetto now. Progetto is down. We've got all the artillery spotted as well. You can see the long reload time it's taking here. We now spot the Leopard to go with it, and there we are. We are down to 14 hit points, but we have spotted the entirety of the enemy team. And as we come around, there we go. And that completes the game. Now we took a ton of damage, but we survived the battle. We've got 823 direct damage, 9,700 spotting. And that was due to how active we were playing. Now you'll notice when I came and I got spotted by that M60 initially, I believe with the low noise exhaust system, I may well not have been spotted, and that is the issue with a static build. Now in terms of pure output, 9,700 spotting is the best that I've had with this build, but I believe I could have done better, and I could have actually provided more direct damage in the game with the build that I now run, which is a more active mobile build. Let's jump back to the garage. Okay, so there we have it, the Manticore. That was our best game, nearly 10,000 spotting, but only 800 direct damage. And it's important to note that the spotting is very important during the top of the tree, because that's what we're getting the bonus XP for. But in reality, right now, I don't believe Wargaming give enough credit for spotting damage by light tanks. Maybe some sort of roll bonus would help, I don't know. But you don't actually get huge amounts of credit, so you still do need the direct damage. And you see the long reload time on the Manticore is also a problem. So I believe with the new equipment build, and you can see it on the screen here that I've actually changed. I've got the Commander's Vision system in the scouting bonus slot. We've got the low noise exhaust system and the coated optics. It will make us more mobile. We'll be less chance of being spotted while on the move. And of course, you're on the move getting to a location, you're on your move exiting a location. So that's going to be really important. The coated optics to maintain the vision on the move. It's not quite as good as the binoculars, but it is definitely going to help us. And we're going to have it up all the time. So even if we get spotted moving into a location, we should be able to spot the person that spotted us, which is important as well. So, but all that combined, making us more mobile, is also, I think, going to help our direct damage. You know, that ability to make a shot, remain unspotted, play at the edge of the map, play more mobile, you know, maybe peek around a corner, get a shot and not be worried that I'm going to break my camo net. Yeah, because that was another issue that we always had, is you couldn't move, because if you do that, then you might break the camo net and the binos. So there is no doubt I was playing with the camo net and binos because I felt that my crew skills were so low. I needed that extra benefit of both camouflage and binoculars. But where we are now, I absolutely believe this is the best build for this tank. And I think it just goes to show, if you play one good game and you go back and analyze what went well in the game, what went badly in the game, it can actually change the way you play. So for me, that one game coupled with a discussion with Nuclear Slug has led to a complete change in my equipment build and the way that I play the tank. So I hope everybody found that useful, particularly those if you are struggling in light tanks like me. I say I am not a great light tank player, but I'm trying to get better. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Let me know why. We stream live on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook. As I said, one of the discussions that helped this change was actually took place on Twitch. So if you like the content there, please like, subscribe and follow. It's free for you to do and it helps us out a great deal. You've been watching Athariel Gaming, and I'll see you on the battlefield.